Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really fascinating, India's ambitious mission to build its very own AI future. We're talking about an AI that speaks its languages and truly understands its people.
So let me ask you a question. Who do you think is winning the global AI race? Right? Usually, two names pop into your head almost immediately. The US and China. I mean, they're everywhere, dominating the headlines, the funding, the tech we use every single day.
But what if I told you the answer isn't just the US or China? Yeah, there's a new contender emerging, and they're not playing the same game. They're charting a completely different path, one that's not about global dominance, but about serving its billion-plus citizens. All right, let's really get into this.
Okay, so to really get what India's doing, you first have to understand the board they're playing on. Let's take a look at the two titans who are basically setting all the rules on this global AI chessboard.
So, you've got two completely different playbooks, right? In one corner, you've got the United States. It's all about a decentralized, private sector-driven approach, fueled by a ton of venture capital and top-tier universities. And in the other corner, China. It's a totally state-directed, top-down industrial policy with massive government money and centralized planning.
And look at these numbers. It's pretty staggering. This shows you just how much they dominate. We're talking about them controlling a whopping 80% of all global AI patents and 70% of the advanced computing power. I mean, there's no question about it. These two are the titans of the AI world.
So that brings us back to India. Where does it fit into this picture? Well, instead of trying to go head-to-head with these giants, which would be incredibly tough, it's decided to play a completely different game. It's all about forging a third path.
And the whole idea can be summed up with this hashtag. Hashtag AI for all. See, their national strategy isn't about building the next viral app or social media algorithm. No, it's about using AI to tackle huge, uniquely Indian problems. Think healthcare, agriculture, and just making governance work better for everyone.
And this whole strategy really rests on three key pillars. First, it's social impact first, like before profits, before anything else. Second, it's all about cost innovation, which is a fancy way of saying they're figuring out how to make AI tools super affordable and accessible for everybody. And third, and this is a huge one, they're building on their own incredible digital public infrastructure, things like UPI and Aadhaar, which have already changed the game.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how is this whole revolution being paid for? Well, this isn't just some nice idea on a PowerPoint slide. It's backed by a massive government push. It's called the India AI Mission.
And when I say massive, I mean it. The government has put over 10,000 crore rupees, that's roughly $1.2 billion into this mission. And the goal is ambitious: build a world-class AI ecosystem from scratch.
A huge chunk of that money is going towards something absolutely critical: computing power. We're talking about acquiring almost 19,000 high-end GPUs. Now, for anyone who knows AI, you know that GPUs are the engine. They're the essential ingredient you need to train powerful AI models. And all of this power is going to be available to the country's startups and researchers. But here's the real game changer. It's not just about having the hardware. It's about making it accessible. They're offering this compute power at a super subsidized rate, just about $1.15 an hour. To put that in perspective, that is less than half the average global price. This is literally about democratizing AI development, leveling the playing field for Indian innovators.
So, all this government support is creating fertile ground for a new wave of startups. These are the trailblazers, the ones on the ground actually building AI for India, in Indian languages, to solve uniquely Indian problems. Let's meet some of them.
Okay, let's look at a few of the key players here. You've got Ola Krutrim, you've probably heard of them. They made huge waves, becoming India's first AI unicorn, and their models work with 10 different Indian languages. Then there's Sarvam AI, building a full-stack generative AI platform for really India-centric use cases. And you've got companies like Gnani.ai focusing on conversational AI to automate customer support across all the different languages and accents you hear in India. Let's talk a bit more about Krutrim, which was founded by Ola's Bhavish Aggarwal. Becoming the first AI unicorn is a huge deal, but how they did it is what's really interesting. They trained their models on a massive dataset. Get this, over 2 trillion tokens of Indian data. That's why it can handle 10 different Indian languages right from the get-go. And then there's Sarvam AI.
These guys are actually working hand in hand with the India AI mission. Their whole goal is to build these foundational models from the ground up so they truly get the subtleties of languages like Hindi, Tamil, and Bengali. And it's not just them. You have other startups like Gan.ai, which is focusing on AI-powered video generation specifically for Indian users and creators.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The goal isn't just to copy what's out there. It's about building something fundamentally new. Think about it. An AI that can understand a farmer speaking Bengali, or a student asking a question in Tamil. This is about serving hundreds of millions of people in the language they live and breathe.
Okay, so the vision is incredible. But let's be realistic. The road to self-reliance is never easy. There are some really big obstacles and structural challenges that India has to tackle to make this all happen.
One of the biggest hurdles right now is a reliance on foreign tech. I mean, look at this. A massive 83% of Indian startups are still building their stuff on top of models that were developed in the US or China. So to have a truly sovereign AI, that number has to change.
And it goes deeper than that. To really become a leader, India needs to plug some serious gaps. First, there's the hardware problem. Importing 95% of your semiconductors makes you really vulnerable. Then there's talent retention. The brain drain is real, with about half of AI PhDs leaving the country. And finally, you have to do the deep, foundational research. Right now, India holds less than 0.5% of global AI patents. You have to innovate, not just implement.
So what's the path forward? Well, part of the answer might be smart collaboration. We're seeing initiatives like the US-India Trust Partnership pop up. The whole idea is to build bridges, connect investors and entrepreneurs on both sides to speed up everything from infrastructure to talent development.
Which brings us to the final, and maybe most important question. Can an AI that speaks every single Indian language actually change a nation? Because if India pulls this off, if it succeeds in building an AI that truly serves its incredible diversity, well, the impact would be absolutely transformative. We're not just talking about changing India, but maybe even creating a whole new blueprint for how the rest of the world can build AI for everyone.